This video has been brought to you by GenXGlow FM, electronic music radio.
Exactly. Hey, this is Brittany here at GenXGlow, and I am with Tony from Above and Beyond. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Nice to be back in Charlotte.
Yes, it is. I'm so happy I get to see you once again. I saw you in Miami. It was fabulous.
Excellent.
Oh, that Anjunabeats party, it was pretty much one of the best parties I've ever been to in my life. Well, tell me about the Miami experience. Did you come out with anything new?
We are currently, yes, we've come out with a whole album's worth of new stuff.
Group Therapy.
Yeah, Group Therapy is just about ready to, is it drop, I think they say in the record business?
Drop.
And first single, Sun and Moon, has been out and it's done very well, we think. Much better than we were expecting, seems to have gone down really well. Unexpected radio playlist in the UK and around the world. It's really nice to know that we've sort of managed to hit upon something that seems to be of interest to radio people today. We just kind of stick to what we've been doing, changing, evolving slightly, and we've sort of hit the jackpot with Sun and Moon. So we're really happy. I think it's pretty representative of what's on the album, in terms of sound and song scope. So it's a great advert for the record.
I'm super excited. The thing called Love is wonderful as well. Which is the Burning Bridges remix that I'm really liking a lot too.
Yeah, we decided to drop the Burning Bridges remix because people think it's somebody else. So I think we're just gonna call there's one which is, I think the Burning Bridges mix is now going to be called the Extended Radio Mix because it's an extended version of what we're taking to radio, and there's a slightly darker version. Pretty much the same in the middle, but the beginning and the endings is slightly different. But it's that same kind of Sun and Moon vibe that we've gone for this time because it seems to be working so well.
I mean, you just celebrated your 10-year of Anjunabeats and Above and Beyond and all that. Have you seen a certain growth in trance music that you have taken to heart, or maybe you've seen go over a manage of years?
No, definitely, and certainly in the last few years, the growth in America has been very marked. I mean, it's difficult to tell whether it's us or whether it's the scene. You don't really get to see the difference really because we're only really here when we're doing a show. But I think the thing that's had the most profound effect for us in America is Sirius XM radio, because that has basically given the people who like that kind of music the opportunity to listen to it and learn a lot more about it, and learn a lot more about the DJs that are playing it and the producers that are making it. And I think that's basically opened up the entire continent of America. I mean, here we are in Charlotte. It's probably not a place known for a particular scene. There's not a club that's working a particular scene for us, and yet we can come on a Wednesday night and fill a club full of people. I think that's our experience right the way across America, and we're doing a lot more midweek shows in America, partly down to how many times we come here, but it's largely down to that radio effect, I think.
Right. Well, you have the Transfer on the Road show. It's one of the top listened to radio shows in the entire world. You have your Anjunabeats label with 2 sub-labels underneath that. You guys are literally constantly touring every single week. Do you ever feel nervous, or do you ever feel the need to outdo yourself, or is it ever daunting to play to so many people who follow you and who are so avid about your music?
I'd be lying if I said we didn't get nervous. I mean, certainly if you haven't DJ'd for even 5 days, for me, I get apprehensive before I play because it's a lot easier when you're doing it, day after day. You get used to the vibe of it. And I think we all really want to do a good job. We put a lot of work into the show and into the sets that we play and the visuals and the lighting and everything else. And I think for us, we want to fulfill the expectation that seems to be around us. That's a responsibility and an opportunity for us, and we don't want to let people down. us. It's quite bewildering sometimes, some of the tattoos that people have.
The Anjunabeats label.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I've seen many myself.
It's very, very difficult to know how to take that, but you know, it's great. It's what we've worked for, I guess, and I think we all recognise the responsibility that it brings. You know, there's people who don't want to be let down by what we do, so our quality control, which we've always been real sticklers for, I think will remain. We've taken a long time to feel that this album is finished because we wanted it all to be perfect, and it's taken a long time. But you know, obviously we're touring, so it's harder than people who just take 6 months in the studio. It's about fitting it in with all that schedule. But that's just the way it is. I think it's a really strong album. There's some great songs on there, and I hope people love it as much as they seem to have loved Tri-State, which, you know, was quite a long time ago now.
We're coming full circle. Well, tell me about a little bit the industry. We have the digital world going around in digital or DJ times. Are you ever going to go from CDJs to digital? Do you ever feel a need to do that?
Well, we have actually gone to digital. That's my record box now.
This is all you right now?
I don't need anybody to carry it for me anymore.
Awesome.
So we're using CDJs because they're just a great controller, but we're effectively playing digital files, mostly WAV kind of quality files, but the odd MP3 that comes through on a promo. But I don't think we'll ever go to laptop. That feels a little bit like there's too much to look at, really. I like to look at the people who've come to the club.
You want to feel your music instead of see your music?
That's a very good way of putting it. It seems to me like, you know, people with laptops could be doing almost anything up there, and having a music mixed for you by a machine feels to, you know, it's taking that scary, fun part out of the live performance. There's not that much we're doing up there, really, other than waving and dancing and drinking. So to take the live mixing away as well, I think we'd get a bit bored.
Right. Celebrated a birthday recently, right?
I did.
How was that?
It was good. I was in Ibiza with my girlfriend and some dear friends who came over for the occasion. There was one sunny day. It wasn't the best weather. It was, I think it was warmer back in England than it was in Ibiza, but it was great. It was nice to do something concerted for my birthday because most of the time I'm working. So it was, I think last year I was working in, where were we last year? Somewhere in Eastern Europe.
You just can't even keep track. You've been all around the world. Lithuania. Yeah, I've been there like 12 times. It's great. So I got some boring questions and fun questions. Okay, you ready for them?
Yes.
So we have this thing over here, the Actors Studio, and it's where you ask like these same 10 questions at the end of every.
You have to have a beard and glasses to be
I do have to have a beard and glasses, but I am really excited about some of your answers for these questions. Okay. So, what is your favorite word?
Spectacular.
What is your least favorite word?
No.
Very nice. What's your favorite curse word?
I can't say it on TV.
If this is not TV, it's YouTube. You can say anything.
It's the one that people in England use, and I don't think people in America find it too tasteful. But it begins with C and ends in T. I think it
happens to be my favorite word.
It's just it's a horrible word, but it's one of those words that feels exactly how you want it to feel when you say it.
What turns you on spiritually, emotionally, or creatively?
Spiritually, what turns me on, I think, is actually an open mind but a practical mind. I'm not much of a dreamer. I like to know that there's some kind of reality behind the spirituality, if you know what I mean. Creatively, I think things that surprise me always excite me. Whether it's a film that's been done in a different way, or a piece of music that's been done in a slightly different way. So evolution and innovation, I suppose, are the things that I like. I'm a bit of an iconoclast. I like to think so anyway. So to do things that haven't been done before in this genre, I wouldn't say there's anything new that you can do particularly.
Right.
But we love pulling in references from other worlds, and people who do that and mix things up I find very exciting. What turns me on emotionally? Probably my girlfriend.
Aww, that's so sweet. I got a little song to her or something.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, and the final question, I'm just going to cut out all the boring ones because, James Lipton, he's a little kind of lame. If God exists, what do you want him to say to you at the pearly gates?
You weren't expecting that, were you? I think I'd say.
Quite possibly the best answer ever. Quite possibly. I pretty much loved it. It was great.
I think if God exists, there has to be a woman.
Right?
Because men are we're just like little boys running around, and the women do all the real shit, really.
Awesome. You heard it here first, people, okay? Tony says it must be true. Well, thank you so incredibly much. You know, you have to go out and play, and I will see you live soon. I'm super excited.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're out.